It's not that it didn't happen, I just tried to move forward beyond it.
No, it is bad when people on the internet spread rumors about you, y'all, but it's even worse when they're correct.
Guys, I hope you're ready for another wild story because this information will shock you deeply to the core. So, you already know how weird the things in Hollywood are, but wait till you hear Keke Palmer's candid revelation about her boyfriend and the father of her baby boy, Darius Jackson, who also goes by Darius Dalton and found himself in a rather fruity situation after his encounter with Nonetheless. Diddy, and as Keke says, this experience scarred this man until the end of his days. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. So, Diddy's name has long become a synonym for another creepy drama, and Keke is not the first public figure who openly talks about the music mogul cringe, worthy taste for men. And it seems like she couldn't stay silent when the rumors about her boyfriend, Darius Dalton, being severely traumatized by the encounter with the music mogul filled the social media.
Like, keeping everything low key. I think the reality is just it became more difficult to hide.
Little do we know about enigmatic Darius Jackson, but you know that since he and Keke went public with their romance, she said nothing but the words of praise about this person, calling him the best partner she had ever had. On the newest episode of her baby, this is Keke Palmer Podcast. The star shared her thoughts on dating and why Jackson and her were a good fit. As the star said, she accepts every side of her boyfriend and doesn't even mind him showing feminine qualities. I always wanted a man that was not so overly obsessed with being masculine, you know what I mean, still had masculine energy, but also welcomed the softness that feminine energy can give. Well, the statement made a lot of eyebrows in the show business raise because the details about this Darius guy are still not clear. But apparently, as Keke tired to hint, he doesn't mind swinging both ways. And here's another thing you should know about this man before I connect all dots in this story for you.
And the reality is nobody is doing really good.
So, despite having a healthy relationship and being adored by her newly found love, there's something that Keke can't wait to share with the world. This is the truth, is how her boyfriend managed to get out of financial debt. Well, before meeting Keke, Darius was kinda a no-name in the industry, and guys, he was desperate to make it big. Prior to becoming Keke's boyfriend, Jackson dipped his toes into YouTube, where his channel reached 19,000 followers at one point, but it's not like the guy could boast earning way more than Keke.
I'm modest about it.
However, what makes Keke believe that her dear boyfriend was somehow getting involved in some shady connection with Diddy is the fact that, in the past, the music mogul was able to save some very prominent celebs from getting broke, but the price for this help was higher than you can imagine, and apparently, Diddy needed certain favors in return, if you know what I mean.
We had fun, we saw it didn't feel right, you know what I'm saying? It didn't last the test of time. So, I mean, that's my world, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Diddy has a history of taking advantage of men who are struggling financially, and if you do a little research, you will find more shady allegations of the music mogul being forcing talented but poor men into doing special favors for puff. Like that story about Mike Tyson, who had managed to lose all his billions in 2003 and declared a bankruptcy. And this is where he met Diddy, and his fortune came back to him little by little. Not people were speculating whether the Iron Mike had to do anything for Diddy and what kind of favors the music mogul demanded to help the former boxer with getting out of the financial pit. Well, neither Mike nor Diddy ever publicly spoke about this, but it's not hard to guess that when it comes to huge sums at stake, there's no one else who can help but faster than Diddy, whose current net worth is $900 million. Tyson quickly found himself in the company of the business mogul, despite all the talk of his power games and other inappropriate things he'd been doing with men behind the closed doors. But it seems like Mike didn't mind as long as he could put an end to his sudden poverty.
I never really worried about how people is going to treat me because
while it remains unclear whether Mike and Diddy were actually involved in any kind of activity against the ex-boxer's will, there is no doubt that Diddy's name is basically a synonym of fear for many people, especially male artists, and everyone heard the crazy stories about his wild parties for men only. Sean Puffy Combs has been in the music business for over 3 decades, and during this time, there has been a rumor that he has hosted all men parties, making fans speculate if this is just an excuse to lure male artists into his house and manipulate them to perform some oral favors in exchange for wealth, money, and fame. As one person commented, I wouldn't trust Puff Daddy with those beady eyes. He always looks suspicious. This man is notorious. He knows what he did to all those people around him. He will suffer at the end. And another user added, keep in mind how evil and wicked Hollywood is across the board. And it doesn't start with seeing comes. And this type of behavior doesn't end with him. Yep, that's true that Diddy is not the only shady figure in the industry, but he is one of the most protected people in the show business. And despite him being involved with such people as Mike Tyson and Darius Jackson, the truth stays hidden for decades. But Diddy openly talks about his ways of doing business with people, and since he considers himself a businessman, apparently you have to give something in return for his time and help.
If somebody want to get a job, how do they get a job? Like, are you serious?
It's a well-hidden secret in the industry that Diddy is not limiting himself by throwing scandalous parties and luring young talents to his bedroom. If you just open Google, you will find the myriad of articles where people accuse the music mogul of some inappropriate activities, including famous people. And while some of them go there willingly, for others like Darius Jackson, Usher, Justin Bieber, and maybe even Will Smith, there's no choice, and their association with Diddy left them scarred for life. Over the decades, the music producer has denied all the rumors, claiming that these are all false accusations.
There has been negative propaganda put out about me that's not true.
But with more exposure coming, it feels like he cannot hide behind his power, influence, and millions anymore. As Keke Palmer said, it's time for the truth to surface. So many other people could heal after having that horrible experience with Diddy, and her boyfriend Darius would be among the first brave people to publicly acknowledge how the music mogul manipulates desperate souls into participating in unwanted activities. To her, it was a shocking revelation as well, and apparently, Darius was trying to hide his association with the music mogul for the sake of his relationship with Keke.
As long as I don't know, then everything is all good.
And as it was a mind-blowing revelation for Keke, it seems like she was so shocked by the things that Darius went through that she decided not to silent about the whole thing. And that's why she bravely talks about the traumatizing experience that male artists have to go through in order to get help. From the infamous music producer. And the worst part of it, it seems like there is no limit for Diddy in terms of age of his intimate companions.
To answer this, I really feel bad. Is there an age limit on it? Can, after
they retire after 50.
While the whole world remains in shock even just thinking about such things, apparently, for Diddy, there's nothing extraordinary in treating people like toys and tools for his own pleasure. In his Honeycombs empire, offering people money in exchange for intimate favors is just another start of a typical business week, and he is so mad when some of them suddenly break the silence.
Because it comes from different tactics when people want to get out of contracts.
Now, with another Diddy's potential victim breaking the sacred bonds of the non-disclosure agreement, it's hard not to wonder what Darius is planning to do after such revelations. Apparently, he won, be able to make it big in Hollywood because of Keke's public statements about her boyfriend, but if was making such secret deals with the most influential person in the industry, who knows what else he's capable of. Darius prefers to keep low profile when it comes to social media and publicity, but it doesn't mean that his pockets are not filling with money. The guy must be eager to get enough money to sustain his new family, since he and Keke are sharing a beautiful baby boy now, but with the truth coming out so unexpectedly, fans can only pray that nothing bad would happen to him and Keke Palmer for spilling the beans. As one person commented, "Damn, Diddy ran through the whole industry. That's a large body count. One must assume he might be wearing a disposable pull-up if he's taken thousands off." And another user added, "Why you think Puff Daddy's not in jail cause? He's too powerful. He can do whatever he wants. He can charm a list anytime he wants and get away with it." Well, it's time for Diddy to confess in all his crimes and maybe pay from every ounce of pain he had brought to people. And what do you reckon? Is Keke Palmer's boyfriend actually became another victim of Diddy? And will this man be ever stopped? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to know what you're thinking. And in the meantime, check my other videos about celebrities exposing Diddy's atrocities. There are so many shady things this man is hiding. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, and I promise to be back very soon